Well, that was annoying. Hey everybody, I'm Mark, this is Dice Monkey, this is my second time recording. So, I want to talk to you today about my plans for 2025. We're only a couple weeks away from the new year, so I'd like to do a lot more content here on YouTube, and I haven't done anything in a couple weeks, so I wanted to tell you what I've got planned. So in this video, we're going to cover all the different upcoming projects I've got working on. A Mordheim board, some Battlefleet Gothic, some War Master, some Old World, some Terra Nern, Song of the River Prince, and some more RPG content. So, first of all, a Mordheim board. I have plans for a 2 foot by 2 foot Mordheim board. I've been working with two different creators. I've been working with Tabletop Terrain Minis and this FNGM. So, to begin with, I have received a bunch of terrain from Tabletop Terrain Minis. They are the guys who made those dwarf buildings that I've previously done on live stream, painted those up. I've got this dwarf brew hall here as an example. And so I've worked with him, and I'm going to be building a 2 foot by 2 foot board for Mordheim. It's going to have a central town square, and then it's going to have roads branching off on either end, right in the middle, so that if I make future 2 foot by 2 foot boards, I can butt them right up against each other and the roads will all match up. This board is going to be everything's set in place, meaning the buildings are actually going to be glued, and I'm going to be like putting, ruin and grime butting right up against it. It'll allow me to have parts of the board like a little bit higher than others, all fixed and set in place. I'm also thinking I might actually magnetize the different levels of the buildings so that everything holds in place when I'm moving it around and stuff like that. The ideal goal would be that everything would be so mounted and well in place that I could actually put it up on the wall and everything would hold in place even when it's sideways. Like that's the goal. I don't know if I can pull it off, but that's the goal. I'm going to be working on videos all about this. I can actually make videos better than these little slideshow presentations that I generally do, but it's just a lot of work. And so I don't generally tend to not do that. But that's the plan for this. It's going to be much more involved. I'm going to be talking all about the great stuff that Tabletop Terrain Minis makes and showing off me building this board using all the gorgeous terrain that he's printed off for me. Then I'm going to be working with this FNGM who has his own Etsy web store, and I'm going to be building a 2 foot by 2 foot sewer board that will go beneath the upper board. So this terrain, this sewer terrain, will also be set in place. The terrain from Fat Dragon Games that actually clicks together, but I'm going to be gluing it because it's going to be fully set. There's going to be places on the upper level. There'll be sewer manholes that you can climb down into the sewers below, turning this 2 foot by 2 foot board into like a 2 foot by 4 foot board. And I've sent him the map of what I want in the sewers, so he's going to be printing that off. And there's lots of like winding passageways and stuff like that, so it'll be a really interesting board down below. You can play them entirely separately, or you can play them together as this 2 foot by 2 foot board. So that's the goal for this big board, and I'm going to be filming it all and doing some really cool stuff with it. So keep your eye out. I'm going to try to do sort of in a Zorp style filming, showing me going through the whole process of getting it all done. So keep an eye out for that. Then Battlefleet Gothic. I think I mentioned this in a previous video. I went to a garage sale that had a ton of tabletop stuff. So there was tons of wargame stuff and tons of RPG stuff. And I ended up picking up a Battlefleet Gothic box. It had like twice the normal terrain or buildings you normally see, or twice the normal ships you see in a standard box. And then it had a bunch of other stuff, including 2,000 points of orcs. There's a total of 2,000 points of Imperials and 2,000 points of Chaos. So I've been working on I've actually gotten all those painted up, and now I'm working my way through a Necron fleet that my friend printed for me. And so, because my son plays Necrons in 40k, so I'm doing a Necron fleet in the same color scheme as that army. I'd like to do some battle reports. I played this game back in the day when it first came out. I still had 2 rule books despite not knowing what happened to my Chaos fleet that I used to have. I've had all this stuff sitting around. I know how to play it. It's now been like 20 years. So I'm going to try to get some of those. And then I also want to do some painting tutorials because it's actually really, really easy to paint Battlefleet Gothic. Like, it's probably the easiest game that you're going to ever learn how to paint. So I'm going to try to do some painting tutorials, either live stream or just in this style format. And then we are going to look at War Master. So I'm working through building multiple armies. I've painted up 1,000 points worth of orcs for my friend. He's going to have another 1,000 points, so he's going to have 2,000 points. I am almost done with 1,000 points worth of wood elves. I'm going to need another 1,000 points of those. And then my friend just recently printed me 2,000 points worth of Bretonnians. And as you all know, I've got a Bretonnian Warhammer army. So I'm going to be copying over a lot of the color schemes onto this. Though, I have lots and lots of Pegasus Knights, so I'm thinking I'm going to do a Paravan-themed army. So I'd like to do some more painting tutorials for that. I want to show how easy it is to paint up armies in War Master, Bretonnians notwithstanding for all their unique heraldry. And then me and my friends are going to be doing a massive battle of 3 versus 3. It's going to be Bretonnians, Wood Elves, and Dwarves against Bretonnians, Chaos, and Beastmen, Chaos, and Orcs. And we're going to do it on one big long board, do this big mega game against one another. So that should be a lot of fun, and I'm going to try to get some footage of that. I don't know if I'll do it as a full battle report because it's a huge, huge battle. It's going to be 6,000 points to a side. So we will we'll be sort of doing more like interview styles and showing handheld camera what that looks like and stuff. So that should be a lot of fun. Then we've got Terranern. Terranern, this is my setting that I've designed. It's been around since, I don't know, probably 25 years now. I've been sort of running this around in my head, slowly building it over time. It's evolved quite a bit. This is the same setting that my Doom of Black Winter adventure is set in, and also my book Curse the City of 1,000 Martyrs is set in. So this is going to be a full world book. I'm in the middle of working on it. This is a full setting guide, and then I'm going to be doing some lore videos of each different country in Terranern. That was part of the Kickstarter that I had promised back when I did my adventure set in this world. So look out for some lore videos pretty soon. That should be pretty cool, and I'm looking forward to it. Then we've got Song of the River Prince. I am really excited to announce this. I am working on a new role-playing game called Song of the River Prince. It is going to have a brand new Kickstarter. It is a complete RPG. I have gotten most of it complete. It's in a playable form, and actually I have a few playtesters who have their hands on it right now who are playtesting it out. It's sort of more of a cozy setting. It's the Shire along the Mississippi. So there's a big, expansive river system, and everybody's out living their lives, and I've got all kinds of different adventures you can get up to and things like that. There's interaction with the Fae and things like that. No big central conflict of a war against chaos or orcs or whatever. So it should be a lot of fun. I really, really like it. I like the mechanics I've got in there. I'm really, really excited for this. And then RPG content. I'm planning on making a lot more RPG content. I want to do recaps of sessions, advice for players and GMs, doing reviews, things like that. I'd like to take some of my articles I've written for Dice Monkey, the blog, and bring them over here. So keep an eye out for that. That's what I'm looking forward to. I think that's about all I've got. That's all my plans. The big one is the Mordheim board. I'm really looking forward to that. And I want to thank you all. I've been getting a lot more subscribers lately. I know I'm really still a pretty small channel, but I'm hoping to increase that over the new year with all this new content. So let me know what you think. Let me know if there's anything you think I should cover, anything more I should do. If you want a tour of the space once I've gotten it all cleaned up from all of my terrain and boxes everywhere, I'm happy to do that as well. So let me know what you think. Leave some comments. Make sure to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.